Welcome to the morning roundup for May 2, 2025. I'm Maya Hayes.
And I'm Julian Vance. Today, we're going to dive into some key developments, mainly around AI technology. There's quite a bit happening.
There really is. We've got updates covering everything from, the basic infrastructure making AI run all the way to how businesses are actually starting to use it.
Right. So maybe we should kick things off with AI inference. Seems like a good starting point.
Sounds good. Yeah, there's this interesting collaboration between Gig.io and D-Matrix.
Yes. They're aiming to build something, well, highly efficient, right? For scaling up inference, specifically for enterprise AI.
Exactly. And the performance numbers they're putting out are, well, they're pretty
What are
eye-catching.
we talking about specifically? Speed.
Yeah, token generation speed is a big one. They're
Mhm.
citing figures like 30,000 tokens per second for Llama 370B.
30,000 per second. Wow. And the latency.
Just 2 milliseconds per token, they claim, which is incredibly fast.
Okay, so that kind of speed. That makes a real difference for interactive applications, doesn't it? Like
Yeah,
real-time chatbots or complex analysis.
absolutely. They're suggesting it could be up to, 10 times faster for interactive use compared to standard GPUs?
That's a significant jump.
Yeah,
And it's not just speed, right? They also mentioned cost and power.
right. They're talking about potentially 3 times better performance for a similar total cost of ownership and also 3 times greater energy efficiency.
Which are huge factors for businesses actually deciding to adopt this stuff. Cost and sustainability, you can't ignore them.
Definitely. And the core of this seems to be the Gig.io Supernode platform. It's designed to pack a lot of those D-matrix accelerators into one box, basically.
hmm And Gig.io has some track record here, don't they?
Yeah,
Didn't they score highly on an ML benchmark before?
they did, yeah. Highest tokens per second for a single node in the data center inference benchmark. So, they have some credentials in this space.
Okay, so that's the hardware side, making things faster. What about actually using AI in, like, day-to-day business?
Well, that brings us nicely to AI agents. AppSmith, for example, just launched something called AppSmith agents.
Right. What's the angle there? Is it about general AI or something more specific?
Seems more specific. It's focused on making AI context aware, especially for customer-facing teams,
Hmm.
sales, support, customer success, that sort of thing.
So tailoring the AI to the company's own data.
Pretty much. It integrates company data with, whichever large language model they prefer, all through a Chrome extension.
Okay, I can see how that would be useful. So a sales rep could quickly get an AI summary of a client's background,
Exactly. Or a support agent could pull up past issues and maybe even get like an auto-generated response suggestion. Could really change workflows.
yeah, efficiency gains there potentially. And this ties into that Cloudflare and Anthropic partnership too, doesn't it?
It does seem related. They're talking about enabling real AI agent experiences using Anthropic's Claude model. The key seems to be simplifying the backend stuff through something they call managed cloud providers, or MCPs.
MCPs.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cloudflare is providing the infrastructure piece, making it easier to set up.
That's the idea. They've built a toolkit to help developers build these remote MCP servers without getting bogged down in, authentication, permissions, all that complexity.
Which can be a major headache. So they're saying this cuts down deployment time.
From weeks to days, apparently. That's a big selling point. Plus, using Cloudflare's network means these AI experiences should be fast and reliable globally.
That makes sense. Are companies actually using this yet?
Yeah, there are examples. The Sana is looking at connecting its work data to tools like Claude for automation. Atlassian wants to embed AI in Jira and Confluence, but crucially, while keeping data secure.
Security is always a big one. Anyone else?
Sentry is integrating debugging tools with AI interactions. Stripe is even exploring how to let people monetize these MCPs. And Webflow is using it for things like CMS tasks and SEO.
So it's starting to get embedded in lots of different enterprise tools.
Right, and Cloudflare's even letting users build their own apps or manage their Cloudflare services like debugging website errors just by chatting with Claude through these MCPs.
Interesting. Lowering the barrier to entry for sure.
But all this increasing capability,
Yeah.
this autonomy,
Yeah,
it raises questions, doesn't it?
absolutely. Yeah. Which leads into that Blueprint Software Systems Roundtable, I imagine, the one titled Smarter, Faster, Riskier.
Exactly. They're focusing on how this more autonomous agentic AI is changing older automation methods like RPA.
Robotic process automation.
Right.
So the discussion is about governance, Risk.
Yeah, governance, how to scale these things responsibly, and fundamentally, how much can we or should we trust these more autonomous systems?
Those are the big questions, because as AI does more on its own, we need frameworks for oversight, right? We need to know how to roll it out safely.
And the panel looks interesting. Blueprint themselves, Cura, Canada Life, and independent strategists should be a diverse discussion.
It's a conversation businesses definitely need to be having, balancing the potential benefits with, the risks and the need for solid governance.
Definitely. Okay, shifting focus slightly, but still on practical applications, AI for fixing data problems.
Ah, the Big I announcement
Ugh,
with Big AI.
that's the one. They're using AI leveraging Amazon Bedrock. It seems to help data teams resolve incidents faster.
So the goal is reducing that mean time to resolution, the MTTR. Get things fixed quicker.
Exactly. And also helping with root cause analysis, maybe even preventing the same problems from happening again and again.
How does it actually work? Does it just summarize the problem?
It provides AI-powered incident summaries, yeah. Integrated into notifications, you can regenerate them if needed. And they're stressing the enterprise-grade security. They've even got a patent pending on their AI approach to data observability.
Okay, so embedding AI right into the data monitoring workflow. Makes sense. Another example of AI getting baked into existing tools.
Totally. Now, here's a different kind of problem AI is trying to tackle: trust in online information.
Oh, right. The new search engine, Findora, launching
Right.
in Canada.
Yes. Their whole pitch is building a search engine for trust.
How are they planning to do that? It's a tough nut to crack.
They're talking about integrating real-time fact-checking, analyzing different types of content, not just text, and having a privacy-first approach, delivering verified answers, basically.
Real-time fact-checking. That's ambitious. What kind of features do they have?
Well, standard web search, obviously, but also specific modules for fact-check validation, analyzing URLs or documents, academic and medical insights, multimedia search, and they're planning shopping intelligence, too.
Any specific tech they're highlighting?
Yeah, they mentioned RTA, which is for real-time deepfake detection in audio and video.
Deepfake detection is crucial now. Interesting.
Something called DNA, which they describe as an AI companion for cognitive support and well-being. A bit different.
Huh. That is different. Are they acknowledging the misinformation problem?
Oh, yeah. They explicitly mention the concerns in Canada, citing Statistics Canada data. So they're positioning themselves as a solution to a known issue.
And how will it make money? Is it free?
Free public access, but also enterprise solutions for organizations like media companies or researchers. And long term, they want to train their own LLM to, improve accuracy and reduce hallucinations.
Okay, taking on the search giants with trust as the main weapon. We'll have to see how effective their tech really is.
Definitely one to watch. Another really critical area is climate change adaptation.
And AI's role there.
Exactly. There's a project by R3G RUP using AI to help manufacturers build more resilient supply chains.
Resilient against climate impacts, you mean? How does that work?
They gave an example with Caddy Fashion in Romania. They created a digital twin, a virtual copy of their supply chain and factory.
Okay, a digital twin so they can simulate things.
Sort of. It lets them analyze their supplier network in real time for vulnerabilities. Like, if a key supplier might get hit by a flood, the system can spot that risk and suggest ways to reconfigure production.
Ah, okay, so it's about proactive planning based on potential disruptions.
Right. They said lessons from COVID and things like U.S. tariffs really highlighted how fragile supply chains can be. So using digital twins is a way to prep for climate threats, like, say, droughts hitting chip manufacturing.
That makes a lot of sense. Are they only working in fashion?
No, they mentioned working with metals and plastics industries too, but they did note that companies vary a lot in how proactive they are about this climate adaptation stuff. Some get it, others maybe not yet.
Understandable, but risky to ignore. Ah. Now, thinking about the AI field itself, it feels like a few giants dominate. How can startups even compete?
That's a great question. We saw some thoughts on best practices for AI startups trying to compete with the likes of OpenAI, Anthropic, Google.
Yeah, what's the advice? Just build a better general model. It seems impossible.
No, actually the opposite. Specialization seems key. Focus on a niche area where the big general models aren't perfect.
Yeah.
Like maybe super accurate AI for accounting or a specific scientific field.
Okay, find a niche and be the best there. What else?
Speed. Prioritize low latency for really good user experience. People hate waiting for AI.
True. Anything else? Hallucinations.
Yes, minimizing hallucinations, ensuring the AI is precise and trustworthy, especially if it's used for critical decisions in, say, finance or healthcare.
Makes sense. Trust is paramount there.
And finally, just building a strong brand, really understanding the niche customers' problems, building relationships, being seen as the go-to problem solver for that specific area.
So it's about being focused, fast, accurate, and building trust within a specific market. Less about trying to boil the ocean.
Exactly. Agility, refinement, customer focus. That's how smaller players can potentially thrive.
Good advice. Okay, one last area, enterprise search getting smarter.
Yeah, Pure Insights just launched Discover 2.1. It's their platform for building intelligent search, assistance, agent apps.
And what's new? More AI integration, I assume.
Definitely. The big highlight is seamless integration with Voyage AI.
Ah, Voyage AI. They were acquired by MongoDB recently, right?
That's them. The integration is supposed to mean faster time to value, better accuracy for these enterprise AI search applications.
How does the Voyage AI integration actually help? What does it do?
It enhances things like their query flow component, so better re-ranking of results using semantics, better handling of embeddings, those numerical representations of meaning, and even multimodal embeddings for understanding images or other non-text data.
And embeddings during ingestion, too, so the data is prepped for semantic search from the start.
Exactly. It just makes the whole process of building AI-powered search, virtual assistants, generative AI apps on top of enterprise data smoother and more capable.
And it really shows how enterprise search is moving way beyond simple keywords, doesn't it? It's all about understanding meaning now.
It really is. So if we kind of wrap things up, we're seeing AI infrastructure getting faster, more efficient, gigi I/O, D-matrix.
Yeah, the foundations are getting stronger. And then on top of that, AI is spreading into so many practical areas. AppSmith agents, Cloudflare enabling them, Big I for data issues.
Findora trying to build trust in search, R3 UP using it for climate resilience and supply chains. It's really diverse.
It feels like a deepening integration, doesn't it?
Yeah.
AI moving from like a cool experiment to a core part of how businesses operate and how we might interact with information. The focus on efficiency, trust, governance. It suggests the field is maturing.
Absolutely. It's moving beyond just the hype. So as you think about all this, maybe consider how might these faster, smarter, more integrated AI systems start to subtly reshape your own work or how you find information, or even how we approach really big challenges like climate change or misinformation, something to mull over.